Many must watch their loved ones suffer from terminal illnesses. These loved ones can suffer anywhere from days, months, weeks, even years, with no end in sight. And they start losing their dignity along the way. Why should we make these patients suffer, these loved ones suffer, if there are drugs available that can help them terminate their life? They should be able to choose when and where it is time for them to go. William C. Shield defines physician-assisted death as the voluntary termination of one's own life by the administration of a lethal substance with direct or indirect supervision of the physician. According to the World Population Review, in 2019, 9 states in the District of Columbia have death with dignity laws in effect. Deathwithdignity.com states that there are requirements in place to be approved for physician-assisted death. The patient must reside in one of the 9 states or the District of Columbia. They must be mentally competent. This means that they must go through a psychological evaluation. And they must be diagnosed with a terminal illness, and this diagnosis must be confirmed by 2 physicians. Their death diagnosis should be less than 6 months, and they must be able to self-administer the drug without any assistance. So why should physician-assisted death be legal? Well, for one, it would ease suffering. When we have pets and they become ill or sick, we take them and we put them to sleep. Why shouldn't we have this available for patients or loved ones who are terminally ill and are on the verge of death? Why should we make them suffer if we don't make our pets suffer? And our families shouldn't be felt like they have to watch, they're helplessly waiting for them to die. Another reason why it should be legal is it allows these terminally ill patients to have control over their death. When you're terminal, you don't have control over anything. So at least when you have control over your death, you have some sort of comfort. They can choose when they want to take the drugs or where they want to be when it's time for them to go. They're able to have their loved ones close by when it's time for them to go, and they're able to say their goodbyes in a more dignified way. The outcome is the same regardless. Terminal means death. It's impending. Many doctors can guess when this time is going to come, but they can't be sure and they cannot put a specific date on there. Why make them suffer for long periods of time, not knowing when the end will happen? Now that I've gone over the reasons why I think it should be legal for physician-assisted death, I'm going to discuss why people think it should be illegal. People believe that it's an easy way out. They think patients take this as a quick, easy fix. However, that's not the case. Patients think long and hard about this choice. This is not a choice that is made overnight. The euthanasia.procon.org states that between the years of 1998 and 2017, 4,249 prescriptions were written for physician-assisted death drugs, but only 66.3% of patients used this. Patients like having the option, and it can make them feel comfortable. It can be comforting knowing that they have the choice to end whenever they feel ready. And just because a drug is prescribed to these patients does not necessarily mean they have to take them. They can change their mind at any time before taking the medication. Many believe that it's against their religion, or feel that we're playing God when we participate in physician-assisted death. They believe in the 10 Commandments and the one where thou shalt not kill. But we have the death penalty, and the death penalty is legal in more states than physician-assisted death. They also believe that life is a gift from God. And this is true, life is a gift from God. But we should not have to suffer just because of this. God should be And God is a forgiving person and understanding. He will forgive us. And isn't any form of medical care playing God? We have organ transplants, blood transfusions, surgeries, even medications. Aren't all of these options are there to help heal and end suffering? These drugs to help with physician-assisted death are also there to help end suffering. People also believe in cures. And of course, there's many cures out there, and they're coming up with new ones all the time. But the process can take time. It can take years before a medication is approved. These patients don't have years. And why should we make them suffer on the idea of a cure? Many believe in the Hippocratic Oath. William Shield defines the Hippocratic Oath as a sacred oath held by physicians. Early versions of the Hippocratic Oath state, I will neither give a deadly drug to anybody who asks for it, nor will I make suggestions to this effect. But the Hippocratic Oath changed over the years. And another oath that many doctors follow is to do no harm. Well, aren't we doing harm if we're making them suffer? Linda Beaver wrote an article in the Washington Post about a woman who chose physician-assisted death. Brittany Maynard was a 29-year-old newlywed. She had plans to become a teacher and to start a family. At 29, she was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer, glioblastoma multiforme to be exact. This form of cancer is the most deadly form of brain cancer. Brittany decided to move to Oregon with her husband, where physician-assisted death was legal. In 2014, after many agonizing months, Brittany decided to use the physician-assisted death drugs. She was at peace with her decision when it was time to go. She was able to say goodbye and had family surrounding her when it was her time to go. So just imagine for a moment you're diagnosed with a terminal illness. Doctors give you less than a year to survive. You're bedridden, you're unable to care for yourself, and in continuous agonizing pain. Wouldn't you want to you're dying, but you're not sure when. It could be hours, days, weeks, even months. Would you want to live this way? Would you want to make the choice of how and when to end your life? Thank you.